There we go. Crunk has pulled the lever. There has been lever. We should have test pattern now. Please confirm.
All right, we have logo.
Okay, we have logo. I am not decent.
Give people a bit to get the notification.
Yeah.
I
am.
Forgot to post the link on Twitter.
Well,
Made a tweet a few hours ago saying that we were going to do a show tonight. I keep forgetting to post the YouTube link.
Oh yeah, should I give you guys my Twitter so you can tag me in it? I don't know. I do
at least
have
one viewer.
Yeah, I always make sure I tag these two guys whenever I announce that we're going to do a podcast.
Let me just get my phone out here.
I just gotta remember to post the link next time,
Yeah, just
so that way
say,
people know where to go to watch us.
just say, let me know in the channel later or whatever.
Or I
Okay.
can
Oh, shit,
post it like tomorrow.
So, test pattern is running. It has been... Crap, where's my timer? Where's my timer?
733 minutes.
Editor.
We've just been setting up for that long.
Themes live. Oh, there we go. It helps if I open the panel. There we go. Minute 30.
Okay,
Oh.
so Bootz, I want you to do a thing from now on when we're on this title screen,
Uh-huh.
so everyone in the room knows. I want you to count down from 5 to 1. On 1, you hit the button.
Oh, okay. Ooh, just like a real...
Because that'll also pick up on audio.
Okay, yeah.
Alright, so I put my Twitter in the chat for you guys, so there
see
you
it.
go.
Okay, I shall, assuming I don't get horribly sidetracked again, I will get that in. Okay, are we good? Do we do the thing?
I think we are good. I think now is the time to do the countdown.
Alright, so...
I think so.
We are live, but on test pattern. I'm going to flip it on to video and... Oh, that doesn't work for 5. 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Hello, everybody. It's the Comedi-Furs podcast. This is your host, Details. We have Bootz down here. We have Flash over to one of my sides. And we have a guest, Kane Rue.
Say hi. Oh my gosh.
We also have the guest of me sweating profusely and my hair sticking up, so I'm wearing a hat today.
Yeah, and we are
Relatable.
watching my computer die even more because apparently I am making terrible choices. I'm going to experiment with a couple things and see what happens if I do this. Oh, is this going to break everything? I don't know if I should try it or not. I'm not going to try it. I don't want to risk breaking everything. Ooh, we have some frame rates there.
So,
It'd be fun.
Kane is here to help us test out for guest podcasts.
Yes.
So, because we're going to be doing 4 people. We've never done 4 people.
No, sorry. I'm not cool enough to be the person yet. I have to earn that.
I think the requirement is you have to go up on stage during the open mic. That's about it.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Yeah.
if people think I'm funny enough and enough people tell me to go do it, you might just see me at FE next year.
I mean, tell us in the chat. People, tell us, is Kane funny?
Yes.
So let's kick this off with, let's kick this off with I have gas because I'm drinking currently Mountain Lion. I'm drinking Mountain Lion. I know it's just knockoff Mountain Dew. I love the name though.
They have I love how like
knockoff sodas, like Mountain Lion.
I love the label.
I mean,
it's just super like
ominous, the knockoff soda is the same soda. It's just in a different bottle. So why am I going to pay $3 extra for like the fancy bottle?
Yeah, I mean half the time they're even made at the same manufacturing plant. So really,
Yeah, it's kind of like the cereals that come in bags, because you're too cheap to get the name brand cereals.
God, I love bag cereal.
I don't even eat cereal. That's so funny. I don't even eat cereal anymore.
Oh God, cereal is like 80% of my diet. It's
You
terrible.
and your chocolate Lucky Charms, fuck.
Oh,
I remember that.
I have problems.
I'm just
Adult
picturing
cereal
Bootz putting a
problems.
strap on his bag cereal and eating it like the horse fucking thing.
Well, it is efficient.
I can actually picture this.
So I'm actually
Time for work.
I'm being kind of indecent today. I'm not wearing my thing because Jesus Christ, they haven't turned on the AC yet, and I'm dying in here. Oh my God!
I'm getting a little shiny here too because
I'm committed to this jacket. I will die of heat stroke before I take this jacket off during a podcast.
Well,
I live on the 3rd floor here in Toronto, so
Yeah,
That or this jacket will burn in the future.
Good.
One of the two.
I'm on the opposite end of Toronto from you, but west side's the best side.
oh, I mean, I'm not going to argue. I just live here because it's close to work.
That's as good a reason as any.
Also, basement apartment with AC. It's kind of nice. We got Kowalski. Kowalski says hello.
Hey, we got
Hello.
Hello, Kowalski.
Hello. How are you? Welcome.
So, Kane, what's been going on in your life since you're the guest?
It's been going on in my life. Not a whole lot. I'm glad the snow's gone from here finally.
Yes.
It's a little bit warmer.
Oh my God, yes. I mean, the warmer is debatable.
I'm so tired of yeah, same here. I just prefer it cool, just no snow.
Oh God, I hate snow.
Every time I wake up in the winter and I see snow, I'm just like, ah, shit, here we go again. See what I did there? See what I did there? I made the reference to that. It's all over my Facebook and it's driving me nuts.
I appreciate that meme. It's a pretty good one.
I do too, but like everything else, after a while things just get old,
It's the way of things. Holy crap. So yeah, allergies are kicking my ass this week. Yeah, everything is gross as usual, I guess. I always seem to have some sort of grossness going on. Fortunately, it's all inside here, so nobody else gets to see it.
Until your students come across this podcast.
Oh no, that's okay. It's all inside. They still don't get to see it. But
I mean, they don't get to see it, but you're gonna hear at least two of them that are furries at school, just hey, did you hear what Bootz did? Fucking gross, man.
oh,
And then just internally, you're
oh Jesus Christ.
And then suddenly you just have this, everyone just thinks gross, and every time you approach someone from their hug, they're just like,
Oh.
awful with that.
So Kowalski is asking, did anyone attend the old spaghetti factory meet on Wednesday?
me and Flash are from the States. We need explanation.
So
No.
Good question. I did not attend it this month, unfortunately. I do occasionally go to it as too far from downtown this month. We'll see where I'm at, but I'm hoping to.
So, in response to the query, Kane and I are both in Toronto. We have the classic East Side, West Side thing going on, which is ironic because on the feed I'm on the West Side and he's on the East Side.
Yeah.
When in reality,
Which is kind of funny.
It should be kind of the other way.
I am in a little city called Etobicoke,
Meanwhile-
Mississauga.
Meanwhile, me and Flash, Flash from Jersey, I'm from New York. So our job is to be obnoxious, stupid Americans for the rest of the podcast, pretty much.
Oh.
Actually,
I enjoy it.
What's that, Flash?
Ooh. Ooh, he's talking some shit about your state there, John. You gonna take that? I don't know how it works out there. Usually me and Bush are just like, hey, sorry, eh? Sorry, your side's pretty cool too. Eh?
Look, I live in New
Well,
Jersey.
sorry.
You need to have a sense of humor to live here because my state gets shitted on every time. And I'm not. And I live in the southern part of the state. Okay, I'm in South Jersey. I'm in the livable part of Jersey. All right.
That's
I mean,
good.
like,
Wait, you're the livable part of New Jersey? I'm sorry to hear that.
It's like one of the 3 things you need to live in New Jersey: a sense of humor, a gun, and another gun.
no, that's
Yeah,
more.
in case the first one jams.
Oh. But yeah,
Is
basically
Christy still the guy?
every first Wednesday of every month they have a meet at this.
I'm not. Okay, so Kowalski bet. I'm not from New York City. I'm from one of the suburbs, which means that I live around old people who think they're safe, but we could be taken over by the city at any time, and I'm waiting for it. Because I look enough like a city guy who's like, yeah, I'm on your side. Let's go riot.
That's a thing that happens.
Not
I
yet.
had a protest downtown the
God, my
other
life
day
is boring.
in Toronto. I forget what for.
Wait, we had a
It was
riot?
on Tuesday. This was on Tuesday, and it was like, I think it was on Queen Street, actually, heading towards the university. I don't know what it was for. Something to do with our premiere or whatever, Mr. Duckford.
Oh.
There's like a bunch. Yeah, this was Tuesday. There was a bunch of people with signs, or was it Monday? It was one of those two. I saw
That's
because
like-
I had gone downtown that day.
That's like fascinating to me because like in the States we don't ever think of like Canada as like, oh, there's a riot, oh, there's like violent stuff. It's like,
Oh, it's not violent, but there are some pretty aggressive protesters, and if you had a like we did in Ontario, you probably would too.
Yeah, they have signs that says things like "I am mildly upset."
oh, hello, Crisis the Wolf.
Yes,
We'll get to that.
everyone has fun.
Yeah. Hey Cyrus, how's it going? Welcome.
Who's in? Sorry.
Oh, we're replying to chat. We got people in the chat. They say hello, and we say
We have
hello.
people in the chat.
Right?
Hello,
Yeah.
people in the chat,
We're on YouTube. I should mention that.
and on YouTube and wherever else we're broadcasting from. Hello.
No, just the
Pretty
one.
much just YouTube.
I can't have more
Okay,
than
just
that.
YouTube.
I
I don't know.
have-
I'm just here.
It's okay. I have a crummy rig, and for some reason I'm the guy running the tech show. So it's yeah. But yeah.
So- Good thing about my podcast this week, my cat's being louder than me, so I can't get blamed this time.
Meow. Meow.
Nicole, go clean this shit off the walls.
Can't hear you. I have an earbud on.
I know. That's the point.
Yes, we are like. Well, that's because we're doing 4 people. We don't usually do 4 people. We're trying to minimize lag, but it's a podcast.
It's not working.
It's
We're
my fault.
broadcasting over a border. Stuff's gonna get lost.
Also,
my
I'm really bad at what I do, and
That is not true. You
yeah.
are hilarious.
Yeah, I have no idea how to set this stuff up, and I'm probably doing everything wrong. So
He's just a cat. What can he do? Oh, he can knock some water off the table.
I want that on a T-shirt. I'm just a cat. What can I do?
fuck, man, I don't know. I'm just
I want a
like
shirt that says like, I don't know, man. I'm just a kangaroo.
Oh,
That's my response when I don't know something in this apartment.
So
It's
if
like,
anybody's wondering, I'm vaping blueberry lemonade this time. Got something new from the vape shop.
I am sitting in my apartment.
Yeah, same here.
yeah, apartment sitting. It's the best.
So
you're
Flash, anything cool going on with you?
Alright, well, hopefully I should know sometime by next week if I have a new job or not, so I'll be looking into that. So I'll be returning to I used to work a while ago. I should know by next week if I have it or not. I just need to set up everything. I had to reapply. I had to go for the drug test, background check, and everything. Once all that clears, I should know hopefully in the next few days.
All the fun stuff.
Fingers crossed.
So to Kowalski Bet, vape is tasty depending on what you get. Because you can actually see here, you fill it up with liquid, and you just suck.
Oh, I'm terrible.
Are we never terrible? We're always terrible.
Well, okay, yeah, that's true. But sometimes it's important to restate the fact.
So I have a dilemma that I have to sort out. I do have a hotel room for Anthrocon. It is a king size. I am the only one in it. My room bailed.
Well, so what happened?
Wait, how many people did you have originally?
I had 4. I was shooting for 6 because it's a king size.
And they all
And now
left?
I have 1, and that's $1,400 that I don't have.
Wait, they all just left? How'd that happen?
GoFundMe time.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to con roomies this if I even have any hope. But I have other stuff going on in the background that I got to deal with first.
It's time for a GoFundMe on.
Of course. Actually, funny little thing. Okay, so I have another M story, which is always good.
No. Here we go again.
All right, what'd she do now?
Okay, so we were on the bus, and like she's caught on to the fact that I talked about her on podcasts, even if I don't use her name. So she's like, she doesn't want to talk to me at all. But the funny thing is, she does stupid stuff even when not talking to me. So,
Another Nicole story.
no, it's not. M is not Nicole.
Endearing.
Nicole is her own thing. M basically, like, her voice is so loud. Like, if you you've heard me go up in decibel, it's just so much louder. So, like, when she says "shut the hell up," she's gonna say it 400 or 500 times. I'm not gonna get an edgewise word because I can't get my voice that loud. If I could, I'd be alkaline. But she was drinking a 2-liter in the van, which, by the way, I drink a 2-liter on podcast because I'm going to be here for a while. If you drink a 2-liter on a bus ride,
that is so hot.
You're gonna.
Wow, Bootz.
So no, she was drinking a 2-liter of Coca-Cola and basically being loud. And the conversation, I was honestly trying to ignore it. I had my Nintendo Switch out and I was playing Smash Brothers. I had the volume all the way up. She was drowning out the sound from my Nintendo Switch. Like,
wow.
I was basically forced to listen to this conversation.
What was it
between
about?
her and the other girls. And I tried to block out most of it, but this caught my attention. Let's see where this guy up in the top corner.
Oh, so I guess, yeah, let's do the reintroductions again. So
Yeah, so I caught this part of the conversation where she said, she held up the 2-liter and said, "I take this whole thing." Like, and I'm like, that's a whole new level of thirsty on 2 levels.
Yeah.
Because she meant it in the way that you thought about it.
Yeah.
And everybody started laughing.
Oh.
And I'm just in the back. I'm like, well, I now have a story for the podcast.
Oh.
Bravo.
Oh my god.
I wish I could honestly, like, here's the thing. I don't give credit to people who just do dumb things for the sake of doing dumb things. I honestly would hire her to come over to my house the day before a podcast just so I have something to talk about. Because, god damn it, every time I have material.
Oh. Alright, well, hey, take care, Kowalski. I think we got a couple questions, comments. So yeah, just introductions again. We got details up in the upper left.
Wow.
Upper left. Above me. This is details up here. This over here. We got Flash. We got Kane over here. I'm just some orange schmuck that nobody needs to know about. So I'm just.
Woof. I disagree.
So,
I think you're a very adorable orange schmuck. Thank you very much.
The other thing I wanted to bring up today, since I'm bringing it up, Alkali's growing out a beard, and he now has glasses. And I'm like, fuck, now I look more like Alkali. I have to shave to look different now.
No. You're good.
I'm a comedian, I have a podcast, and I'm fat. All I need is liver disease, I'm there.
Get this man some Jack Daniels.
Oh, it's not Mountain Dew. It's Mountain. What beverage do you have there?
I have
It was Mountain
Lion.
Yes, it's the discount knockoff Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Only 97 cents available out. I think. I don't know.
Walmart has something else. I think it's called Mountain Lightning. I think that's what it's called.
Mountain Lightning. See, that's a cool name.
That's awesome. No, I think the strangest name I heard for a Mountain Dew knockoff. I was at Method Fermeat a couple of years ago. They had a knockoff soda called Mountain Holler. What's
that's just lame.
That's just like, okay then. Now you're just getting ridiculous.
Oh my god. I'm more I don't know. My preference is more towards the knockoff Dr. Peppers. I'm a fan of Dr. Wham. I thought he was alright. There's a lot of beverages with PhDs out there.
Wait, Dr. Wham? That sounds like a radio DJ you hear in the morning.
Yeah,
I was going to say that too.
Dr. Wham in the morning. You're on 90.7.
I can't remember who does that.
I'm like slightly distracted because my cat is batting at some ants that are crawling up my wall. The thing is, he's also sitting right behind my light source. So if my screen just goes black.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
Distraction!
Means my video feed cut out because again, I'm running this on a crap box. I have a terrible machine and I don't know why I'm doing this, but apparently it is what it is. Yay for oh my god. Ooh. Oh, okay. Everything is fine. Nothing's on fire.
That's good.
Okay, I'm not gonna say shit about this, but anybody who wants to look at Nick Gurr's comment.
What did he say? I'm not on YouTube.
Either. My computer's not good enough for it. What does it say?
No, it's okay. It's definitely a no comment moment. That's woo, not touching that one.
I'll have to look it up later.
The rule of thumb is if we get over 3 viewers, we get at least one wingnut who starts talking about Hitler.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I don't know. It seems to happen surprisingly often.
Wait, what's happening?
Oh,
Nick Gurr, do y'all agree with Hitler's views?
oh my god.
No.
Let him in.
No.
Next question.
I mean, his
No,
paintings
next
were
question.
okay.
Wait, oh yeah, he's a pain.
Yeah.
And he was born on 420. Whoa.
He applied.
I
to art
suddenly
school,
like Adolf Hitler.
and
No, I'm
then
kidding.
he got denied, and then he went crazy.
Yeah, he was born on 420. He was a painter. He killed people. And yeah.
Steering is easier.
Yeah, he's a
crazy guy.
Interesting guy.
He's also dead, so I mean, I think the real question is he's dead, so who cares?
Well, except for all those movies where they saved his brain.
I'm just rolling back on the comments. Yes, I am drinking Mountain Dew in a 2-gallon because I got to be here for 2 hours. As for can I get some of that Rising Cane's chicken?
I have no idea what reference that is.
I'm sorry, what? I have a chicken?
Apparently.
Do you have a chicken?
I have a can. It's not chicken. It's Coke.
It's just a thing. Cans are good. We like cans.
Anyway. Sometimes comments are weird.
Sometimes.
Sometimes you need a hand.
Why don't we get these dudes when I have, like, scenes from the chat or something up? Why isn't that ever a thing?
Yeah, I know. It's almost like when you
People
really
will
want
watch
something.
this.
It's always like Kira, and that's it. Oh, somebody left.
No, wait, come back. I'm sorry. I'll be I'll do better.
I'll do better.
I'll do better.
I'll go along with Hitler's views, I swear.
No, oh God, don't even
No,
go there.
don't do that.
Whoa.
No, we don't need that.
I will do
I don't know
anything
who
for
left.
love, but I won't do that. Do anything for love, but I will not do that.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Unspeakable.
My
Next
comedic
question.
view on this is that I will not laugh at any of the Hitler stuff that happened. I will, however, laugh at the wingnuts that actually bring it up in comments.
That's fair. That's pretty fair.
We're doing a furry podcast sponsored by Hitler.
No, it's sponsored by Mountain Lion. I thought you. You keep flashing the bullet. Might as be at this point. Advertising. Hey, Mountain Lion, send us some and Coca-Cola. I'm looking at you.
No.
We need money.
We
Hey,
don't.
I'm just picturing, like, if there was a podcast where we got Alkali on, do you know how lost, like, most of us would be? Because I'm usually the dude that has, like, wait, hold on, this is funny, I have to make a comment. Alkali basically takes that need out of the picture because he does that anyway. And he doesn't need a mic. We could probably hear him from Chicago.
Oh my God.
That's pretty far from me.
Yeah, it's a bit of a drive.
Oh, to answer your question. What would I
Oh
do
god,
for
we had the best,
Wait, hang on, I'm getting crossed out here.
for
What did I do for
Anthrocon
comment
last year, we
first?
did the best
One at
MS3
a
team.
time, man. One at a time. just pick one. But
I picked John.
I'm sorry, my headphones are really low. I'll have that fixed by next podcast. By
Go
fixed,
fund
I
me
mean
for
we're
new
gonna
headphones.
because these suck. Good.
so in short, yes.
Yes?
Yeah, but I was just thinking, like, well, I'm making a joke about Alkali being loud. We had the best MS3K panel at Anthrocon last year because we were watching Ernest Scared Stupid, but one of the rules was literally like, "Hello, my cat is now up here. I need you not to be up here."
Yay!
Hello, Random Cat.
Okay, so one of the rules that came up like very early was every time Alkali yelled without using his microphone, drink. We hadn't even started the movie. Somebody came in from the side, and like the whole thing was like we had to yell out "drink" every time they break a rule. So Alkali, because someone from the side said like something, nobody heard what he said. Alkali was like, "What are you?" And then before he even finished the sentence, everybody like, "Drink!" And just everything freezes. That's how Alkali realizes what he had done.
Oh
shit. No, it's not. That is the first time at MS3K panel that that the first drink started before the movie even got through the opening credits.
Super funny.
So I don't know. So anybody else have anything fun to talk about
right now? Sarah, fuck out of here! Oh my god, go!
Getting a lot of background.
All I
cheers.
could hear is your roommate
Yeah.
just saying.
Christ.
Oh, are you hearing everything my roommate is saying?
Yeah, I can literally hear him over you a little bit.
No, she ran into a tree. How the fuck did she run into a tree?
And that quote is brought to you by Fortnite.
Oh.
Or whatever it is Nicole's talking about.
I swear that
This podcast is brought to you by Nicole. She's our corporate sponsor now.
I swear that tree just.
So, yeah, I jumped out right in front of her. It's coming right for her.
I'm going to slightly miss it when I get a better setup where I'm actually in my own space for this, because then I can't depend on the side comedy.
No.
Oh, just have them in the background playing while you podcast in your room.
No, it's not facing in your direction, but they can hear everything between you two.
Yeah, it's super funny. You and your tree.
Okay, so now does anybody have any stories to tell?
Not really.
I should bring my roommate.
Don't all jump all at once, guys.
Yeah, because right now my roommate's in the other room, like watching anime on Hulu or something right now. So I'll probably let him in here like one day because he wants to get like a podcast of his own.
Yeah,
Oh, that would be great. You
Honestly,
should
just
use
sitting
one
here.
of those examples of things not to do.
Yeah, specifically me.
Oh.
Also, I'm doing my own like little fan fiction that I'm in the process of writing. Basically, I'm doing my own rewrite of the movie Space Jam.
Oh, I see.
Me and my roommate were talking about it, and I was discussing like ideas, like if they did this or if it was filmed like this, it would be so much better. And he said, "Well, maybe you should write it down." I'm like, "Yes, I will do that." So I started jotting down some ideas. So
Hey, why not?
I might just end up like rewriting the whole thing. It'll be just another cliche sports movie, but at least it'll actually
Can you fix me right now?
This will be a good cliche sports movie.
I can look. If you were alive in the '90s, you know what I'm talking about.
I was born in '94. I've seen this jam once.
So, I've heard rumors that they're making a new one. Or is there any truth to that or whatever?
I heard so many different stories about that. I heard they were planning to do a sequel, then they weren't going to, then they were. I don't know if they actually are. I don't know who's going to be in it. I heard LeBron James last time. Maybe he's still attached to the project. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe they'll actually do it better this time.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh,
We need more shitty movies than Shaquille O'Neal.
It was bad enough he was in Kazam.
Wait, Shaquille O'Neal was in. Oh, sorry. Oh my god. I keep getting Shazam and Kazam mixed up. So
friggin' Shaquille O'Neal. I've seen no.
Wait, are we saying that he was in the other Captain Marvel movie?
No. Kazam is a movie about a rapping genie. All right.
Okay. So, not the recent one. That's
Right.
That's disappointing. I would have liked that. That would have been great. Oh. I haven't seen that one yet, but it looks fun. I mean,
yeah, doing my own little fan fiction just to challenge myself to see if I can actually do it. And like I say, because I got all these ideas, I just want to like get them all down on paper, so to see if right. I'm like, yeah, this idea could actually work. I can do that.
Oh, hey, give you an outlet.
Yeah. Good. So. All right, so random question. If you had the chance to rewrite like any movie to try to make it better, what would it be?
Ooh.
I already picked Space Jam, so because I know there's so many bad movies that could be done so much better. If we were...
Hmm.
I have one.
The heart.
Need to rewrite the Aragon movie they came out with back in 2000s.
Oh,
Garbage.
yeah. I would like
Yeah.
either another Alien or Terminator movie that doesn't suck.
I want to rewrite the original Mario Brothers movie
There we go.
Ooh.
There we go.
Oh,
because I like a
We all
challenge.
do.
That's a good choice. That is an excellent choice right
No,
there.
well, that one's easy. Just make it animated. It shouldn't even be live action.
I think it could work in live action.
Personally, I don't think so.
Just make me Mario. I'll shave for it. I don't care.
No, you're not supposed to shave. He's got
I'll
the
make the movie
mustache.
work.
They already made him already good work.
Yeah,
That movie
so
back in the day worked.
we got that
It was terrible, but it was awesome at the same time.
I've insulted a fan.
What's gonna be terrible is the Sonic movie.
I mean, it is,
You know what?
it is kind of a guilty.
We'll get to that.
Well,
Yes.
Yeah, the Mario Bros. Movie is considered a guilty pleasure because I actually remember. See, this is how old I am. I was 12 when that movie came out. I remember seeing it in theaters. It is one of my many regrets in life. So
Oh, you saw it in theaters.
Because-
Oh.
I know.
Nowadays, any same
Oh.
time I still
We rented that one, and we still
As
felt
in yourself.
terrible about it.
as in yourself.
I didn't even know what game it was trying to reference. I mean, well, because in the 90s, dinosaurs were like everywhere, so I assumed it was like Super Mario World for the SNES. That had dinosaurs in it, so I assumed it was like that. But then it was like bringing up like other things about the other games.
Special
made-
mark by Hershey's.
You know what the worst part is about that movie? They left the ending open for a sequel. Because, over the course of making this movie, that means that they didn't realize it was a complete turd. They thought it was good.
Well, it was the 90s. Back then, that was considered good.
No, this was not even 90s good. It was, it hurt.
Okay.
No,
I
Are you okay over
Go
there?
on.
it's
does. God damn Mario Brothers.
Well, you know, they should manufacture. They don't need characters.
If they made a sequel to that movie now, it would be box office just for nostalgia purposes.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
I think it would have more CGI in it because if they did it today, which probably would work because it did have some good practical effects in it. I mean, let's be honest. It's bad, but in an entertaining way. Because when you think about it, it was pretty much the very first live-action film based on a video game, which unfortunately set the trend for all the other films afterwards. I mean, some were okay, others were just kind of there.
You know what video game is never going to get a proper movie?
Tetris.
Donkey Kong.
What's that?
Oh, okay.
I could picture a Tetris movie.
Oh
Oh
God!
god, a Tetris movie.
How the hell do you think of?
Okay, follow my pitch here.
Okay.
We have it be a Tetris is some hacking phenomenon, and the whole movie focuses on people hacking, quote, playing Tetris.
Oh my god.
So it's just
It
Tetris
would
right
work.
now.
You know it would.
Oh my god.
Fermented cocoa
Oh.
mashed up.
Oh
I
god.
don't know.
Oh no, I can't.
You just have some fat dude who's like, use the T-spin! I'm using it!
I feel like it would be awful, but I feel like it would work. It would work, it would just suck.
So awful.
Did somebody make a trailer for, like, what an Angry... I think it was Rooster Teeth. They made a trailer for what Angry Birds movie would be, and then they actually made an Angry Birds movie.
And it was like, oh.
Pretty good.
I wasn't serious here.
Okay, this was kind of a routine I did a while back, but I never actually got to perform. Have you ever seen the movie Pixels with that Adam Sandler movie with the where the aliens
down
in the form of gaming characters? Now here's the thing. Now, of course, the characters they use, of course, were like Pac-Man and Donkey Kong and stuff like that. I didn't really see the movie. I'm just remembering what they use. Now, imagine if they use characters anything from like Sonic the Hedgehog or Star Fox. It would be an entirely different movie, because if they came down in those forms, just send a bunch of furries in there and they'll chase them out. Trust me. We'll take care of them for you. Trust me. Now, you see a 100-foot tall crystal in the city, I guarantee you, every furry within a 500-mile radius.
So who here thinks that would totally be the sequel, though? Pixels 2, 16 bits of action.
I just thought of something, John. Listen to this. What if, like he was described, someone was just chose a 10 character? Just like a big fucking T.
Oh.
I just thought of that, just a big fucking T costume, a Tetris block.
Oh, no, you know what would be even worse?
What?
If it was like a Super Sentai thing where like each of them had caps that have their like T letter, their T or side block or whatever, and they're like Henshin, and then they transform into.
Oh god.
Okay, 2020, we're making this happen.
Oh my
Yes.
GoFundMe is up now.
No, okay. How about
This is what happens when I watch way too much Kamen Rider.
I want to the subject. How about this? A movie based on Super Mario, featuring the cast of the Fast and the Furious. I can.
I just want to see the Mario Brothers movie.
Think about it.
But
Yeah.
Mario and Luigi are Jay and Silent Bob. That would be funny.
No, don't make it a Snorkel. No, just make a Fast and Furious clone. That would be better. Like, yeah, Fast and the Furious Mario Drift.
Bootz, are you okay over there?
Oh god.
But
Bootz is having some issues.
Everything is
I
good.
noticed.
Everything is good. Nothing's broken. Oh god.
I can't be completely sure, but I think his air conditioner just fell out of his wall.
Oh boy.
Looks like a printer. Alright, so we're just gonna say Bootz is having some technical difficulties.
Oh. Oh no.
Like we do on every
Comedi-Furs episode 13, Bootz break stuff.
Oh.
Bootz is having technical issues. Should we?
Oh. Oh.
This podcast writes itself sometimes.
We need to put a title
I
card up.
really think it's a little ironic that the cat is the one who has shit falling over in his house.
Well, I guess you could say the cat's out of the bag.
Oh, I see paper towel. Okay.
That's never a good sign. You should maybe get out a suit before you clean whatever that
Never.
or like turn off your camera.
That'll fix it.
I'm gonna beat up and Boots and Anthem God, and there's gonna be stands on his bottom. Be like, I'm sorry, dude.
We're experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Oh.
I need to make a title card make an actual card and just hold it up in front of the camera. It's like, please stand by.
Oh boy.
We'll have
Yeah,
Boots
doing that
edit it
every
every time
podcast.
something
I'm
goes
doing that.
horribly wrong.
I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Now I have to make one.
It's just like it's okay, Bruce. Hang in there, buddy. We believe in you.
Oh my God.
Well, I do. At the very least.
So, how how's it going?
Well, before that happened, it was going pretty good. After this happened, it's going even better. Thank you.
Oh, great! No, not like I have a giant spill slowly seeping its way towards my big pile of extension cords or anything. That's
I'm sorry to hear that.
Please don't let me
It's like one of those moments where I'm gonna feel bad for laughing later, but goddamn.
Oh my god.
I think my favorite part is not the fact that it was just this reaction.
My headphone sucking is no longer the biggest problem on this podcast today.
God damn it again.
Well, Bootz always has to outdo you somehow, doesn't he? Poor guy. If you're watching this, please send him some love. Tell him he is the best, because he is the best. Well, he's one of the best.
The one who makes this place run.
I'm the guy that'll make you laugh, but Bootz is the guy you're gonna remember because he's the goddamn mascot.
Oh my god.
He's the cat.
Oh god.
You just
This is what happens when you knock glasses of water.
This is gonna totally be cut and put out of context completely because it's just Bootz having a crisis and us three laughing at him.
Yeah, if nobody knows what's going on, well, trying to frantically clean it up before it goes everywhere.
Jesus Christ.
So all our podcasts are put up on YouTube as archived.
Sponsored by Bounty. Quicker, pick her up.
Oh heck no! I can't get those name brand paper towels. That costs too much money. I get Kirkland.
Oh.
I ain't Costco.
Yes.
I had a feeling you were going to say that. I'm the same way.
And all I see was fucking.
I don't even know where to go with this.
I love when I get on podcast and stuff happens and I just don't have to do shit. I don't have to say shit.
John, like I said, this test writes itself sometimes.
This is the most animated I've seen Bootz on the podcast yet.
It's everywhere.
No context for phrase of the day. It's everywhere. That's weren't you just mentioning how Bootz, or wasn't Bootz mentioning how he seems to be the guy as whatever, and now he's making out a fucking skull. Poor guy. So we're eclipsing on 11 p.m. here in the lovely province of Ontario, and I think over there too.
Yeah, it's almost 11 here.
It is 1 minute to 11.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And I think everyone knows what that means.
I'm listening.
Yeah, we can hear you too, Bootz. Hey there, buddy.
As long as you can hear us, we'll be fine.
Nothing's on fire yet.
Of course not. Everything's up through.
All the water, nothing
I
can be.
have the worst defense mechanism because I'm genuinely concerned, but I can't stop laughing.
I think you'll be okay.
That would be actually, come to think of it, that is like a really bad like coping mechanism. It's just like, there's a child on fire.
Or going back to just like, oh my god, this guy agrees with Hitler's views. Start laughing.
Oh my goodness.
So, John. So.
I just cracked my neck really good. Okay, so hopefully Bootz will be back in time for this. Cause
I'm
time
still
to
here. I can hear you guys. It's okay. I'm listening. I'm just also
Okay.
like, hold
So the show
on.
must go on.
Flashcards.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I can't beat that intro.
I could really go for a mop right
I
now.
don't think you ever will.
Okay.
So, Flash, explain your segment, and let's just dive in.
Okay. Welcome, everybody, to Flashcards, or as I like to call it, the part where the black guy gets to talk. I just bring up, basically, I just bring up like random stuff that's happened in the past couple of weeks, and we just simply talk about it. And we'll get to the thing in just a moment. I want to do a couple other things first, since we started with this segment. First,
Hi, J Fox.
what, this other?
Just
Okay.
get out of the chat. Ignore me.
Anyway, first up, before we get to the main topic here, there's unfortunately during the week we lost a few celebrities that I think we should bring up. First up, earlier in the week, film director, writer, and producer John Singleton passed away Monday at the age of 51. Singleton is known for directing such urban dramas such as Boys in the Hood, Poetic Justice. He also directed Too Fast, Too Furious. We were talking about that film series earlier. He's also and he was only like 51 when he passed away. I just thought it was like, that's really young for like a film director, because he was in his early 20s when he first started, which I find interesting. He was considered a huge game changer in the film industry. I was going through his IMDb page, and there's some stuff I haven't known. Did you know he also directed a Michael Jackson video back in 92? Yeah, Remember the Time? If you remember that song, he did the music video for that also. I didn't know he directed that either. I thought it was pretty interesting.
Boots?
But yeah,
He seems to have disappeared on us. I think he'll be right.
Kane?
you can watch this part later.
Yes.
Yes,
Do you have any opinion on this? Because I have almost no opinion on films unless they're furry related.
He rest in peace, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, well, one film he directed that we should know is like Too Fast, Too Furious. Yeah, he did the sequel to Fast and the Furious, which was
Okay.
that was one of the movies he did.
Well, 51 is still a young age to die, but I think we
I know.
will be gone before.
Oh, I'm too fat, too many burritos, so.
Hey, same here.
Yeah, so,
Hey,
yeah, we
All
lost
right,
a
cool.
great one. May you rest in peace.
I finished off the first round. I need another one.
Hi, welcome back, Bootz. What is your read on this topic we've been talking about?
And he has more paper towels. Okay. As long as he's okay, that's the main thing. Anyway, yeah, someone else, unfortunately, passed like a day or two ago. Yeah, who was that actor? Peter Mayhew, who was originally Chewbacca in the Star Wars trilogy. Way. Yeah, I was wondering why. I was wondering why Chewie was trending on Twitter the other day, and then I was running through the top. It's like, oh no, that's terrible. He was a very iconic character.
I actually do have something to say about this, because one of my coworkers, Kira's husband, was walking past another coworker, Toby, who said, "Hey, Chewbacca just died. You're Italian. You could totally fill that role." And I wasn't even in the conversation, but on cue over on Bootz, I just turned and went,
Even better.
That's the kind of stupid I deal with at work.
Sounds like a fun place to work, honestly. I'd probably enjoy that.
It's fun when there's not drama, which is like
Yes.
50-50.
Ooh, it's a what do you call that there? Half and half?
This is a common thing I think about in the workplace, is just the more downtime you have in the workplace, the stupider you are willing to get with your coworkers.
I can see that.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, like, here's the thing. Because I work at a prep school, sometimes the students don't show up for lunch. They have a chance to go out and do other things. And at the end of the day, if we have 5 customers, we get into stupid conversations like why Donald Duck is a Nazi.
Speaking of
I don't need
Nazis,
to put it in context with that because it's funnier. Just like that was a conversation we had.
all I can picture is those dudes now.
Back to flashcards.
Yes, please, back to flashcards.
Yeah, so sadly we lost a trailblazing filmmaker and one of the actors who played Chewie in the original Star Wars. So, you know, and we know that tomorrow is, you know, May 4th, you know, May the 4th.
Oh, yes, that's true.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame, but we will always remember him because even if you're not a huge
Mr. Mayhew.
the Star Wars series, you know, you got to show props, you know, to those who are. Because, you know,
The most obnoxious way to celebrate the May 4th thing.
yeah.
I can just picture some dude in a full Jedi cloak coming up to random people like, May the 4th be with you, and then beating them with a lightsaber.
No, I don't think they would
Man,
just.
if that happened, I'd fucking clock the guy. Shit, that is obnoxious.
No, a true Star Wars fan wouldn't just knock people out with a lightsaber for no reason. Okay,
Oh, we got
Have you seen those black lightsabers? You're not knocking anyone out.
that is
You're
not.
getting knocked out.
And those things will fall apart after one swing.
Yeah. You're gonna get one good shot, and then you're gonna hear Star Trek, bitch.
There's still a rivalry.
Live long and prosper.
I don't understand. I don't understand why there's rivalries between those two fandoms. Anyway, I mean, I really don't get it.
Because
I don't
It
know. I
comes,
think
it comes down to
they're
this.
Sarah, you're red.
Star Wars is fantasy, sci-fi, and Star Trek is a little bit more realistic sci-fi. So the argument is, well, Star Wars is more exciting, but Star Trek is more interesting and lore-driven.
Somebody leave it.
I like both, so it doesn't matter to me.
I like the fucking Orville. That's what I like.
If I had to pick one over the other, I would pick Star Trek personally. I like them both, so.
Yeah, I was a bit more familiar with Star Trek because my mother was a huge Star Trek fan.
Yeah, like I said,
same with
if you
me,
can pick up
I thought of it,
Netflix
actually.
series, look at the Orville. It's a Star Trek parody starring Seth Green,
oh god,
Oh yeah, I
love
saw the
the Orville.
preview for that.
Oh,
the
season
dude who
2.
made Family Guy.
Oh my god, I just watched season 2. It was great. It's so good.
Oh, it is on Netflix.
Yeah, Bootz contributed from afar. Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, you did it, Bootz. Good job.
Oh, well, not entirely, but
You did your best.
The good
Oh,
news
yeah.
is the stream is still up.
oh
We're still here. We're still going on.
my god.
Deep breaths, Bootz. It's okay. You're gonna be okay. Get this man some mountain lion there. Get some mountain lion over the Boots and Scarborough there.
I'll just push it through the screen.
Ow! Wrong side. You hit the wrong side of the wrong with
was
that.
actually there, like, wow, how do you do that? Awesome.
Oh man, we need to make like a GIF related to that. Okay, that was the meme. He just like opened up a bag and like sniffed it, and he's like, ugh.
Oh god. Oh.
Now, if we ever do like a sight gag, it's gonna be a case of like, I have my bottle, I just drop it, and then it falls on Boots' head.
Oh my god.
And he's like, ah.
So, did we say hi to Jay? Hi, Jay. I've been
I said hi to Jay.
Oh, Jason chat. Hey, how are you?
Jay.
I've been cleaning up for the last 20 minutes. It's I think my printer's dead.
No.
Oh.
Oh, is that what you carried across the room?
Oh.
That's what it looked like. Was a printer. Oh, there's another death in the celebrity community. Boots' printer is on May 2019.
Because I've learned nothing, I'm gonna try this again. There we go, yeah. Oh.
Yes. What does Bootz have with him today? It's just some water?
Oh, just straight up water. 'Cause-
So kudos to Boots' students who now don't have any handouts for the next 5 weeks.
Oh, no. No. I use the school printers for that. I'm not paying for that junk. This is for... You know what, let's just change subject.
Back to flashcards.
Yeah.
Back to flashcards.
Okay. So trying to get back on topic here. So anyway,
Yes.
to director John Singleton and to actor Peter Mayhew, may they rest in peace. We will miss them terribly. Okay.
Bootz' printer.
Okay. Yeah. Pour one out for the team. All right. I know everyone's been talking about this, so we will get to this topic right now. First, let me say this. What the hell does Gangsta's Paradise have to do with Sonic the Hedgehog? Nothing!
I think that was the first question on everyone's mind. Yeah.
That was the
No. So apparently, there was a CD released for Sonic in the 90s, and a bonus track on that CD was Gangsta's Paradise. This was
Seriously?
an Easter egg nod to hardcore fans, which is weird because
Is that why they
everything,
picked that?
yeah, which is odd because everything else about this trailer seems to be specifically tailored to piss those fans off.
Well, it worked. It worked.
Oh, it worked apparently.
Look,
Ooh.
I was watching the trailer Tuesday. I'm like, why did they pick this song? Like, the only way that would make sense is if this movie took place in an inner city school. All right.
Don't give them ideas.
No, I say that because
Oh,
that
it's too
song
late.
was originally on the soundtrack to the 1995 movie Dangerous Minds, starring Michelle Pfeiffer. That's what brought. That's
Chris
what
Thorndike got some real world drama to work through.
Oh.
Didn't think I was going to pull the Sonic X trivia out on this one.
Oh
I didn't expect
no!
that either,
Please don't.
but
No, but for
yeah,
real, this is not a surprised face.
The
Oh,
teeth! Oh my god, the teeth! Jesus Christ, the teeth! No! Why
know-
do people keep giving human, like, chiclet teeth to everything? It looks wrong!
the only way Sonic should have teeth is when he's smirking. That's the only time.
I will give credit to all the artists on Twitter and social media because these guys work fast. Because as soon as the trailer dropped, I've been seeing fan edits of that scene, which look so much better
Oh yeah.
than
And then what happened? The movie theaters like, yeah, we're just going to do what the fans did because Sega doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, apparently.
Sega.
You know what
I love how
strange?
Sega is just trying so hard to ruin Sonic, and the movie theater's like, no, you're not fucking with our megabucks. We're going to take it directly from the game now. Fuck you.
You know what I find strange is that there's tons of amateur artists in the fandom that can do a so much better job of drawing anything than a highly paid studio exec. Which I always find weird because we can do so much better than what anyone in Hollywood can do.
Yeah. But, the joys of executive meddling, right? It's,
Thank God this seems to be just about Sonic, because I'd feel bad if Tails was fucked up this bad.
ooh.
Ugh.
Ooh.
We don't have to worry about that until the sequel.
The only thing I can say about that trailer is that, you look back at all the bad video game movies we had in the past, you're like, Super Mario Brothers wasn't that bad.
I will say the Tomb Raider movies did pretty good. I rather enjoyed those ones.
Yeah, the first two are okay, for early 2000s movies. Yeah, I saw the first one in theaters. I thought it was okay.
I can't remember. Did I see the first one in theaters? I think I did, but I know I didn't for the second two, but
So what do you guys think of Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik?
I love
I
it.
think he's the appropriate choice.
I think he was
Appropriate
great.
choice.
Maybe. I mean, look, he's a good actor. It's just hard to picture him playing Robotnik. Maybe he could pull it off. I don't know. I mean, this is just a first glance.
I think
I'm just
From
saying,
what I saw in the trailer, it's not my traditional Robotnik, what I would think,
of course.
but it works for what the movie is.
yeah. I think
Because I'm coming in this with the mindset of they're not going to recreate classic Sonic. This is not going to be the movie we would have wanted as a kid. This is going to be Sonic with his attitude interacting with real humans and not turning into Sonic 06. I pray to God it's not turning into Sonic 06.
Or Sonic.
Let's
well, that's
lest we forget Sonic 06.
That's why they gave him lips so he can kiss. No, it's a romance movie. It's gonna be marvelous. He's gonna make out with all those human girls. They're gonna have like weird hedgehog human babies. They're gonna
Kudos
beg for
to the director for saying, we understand you hate the design, and I know we already released the trailers, but we'll redo it.
And all the artists are like, "Oh, come on!"
Yeah.
It's like, no, we're redoing it.
Here's the thing, though.
The internet spoke. Listen.
You know those artists were saying, no, sir, we have to change these designs. This looks terrible. You know they were doing that. Oh.
And then they decided to go with the Sonic Boom design.
I think the one thing about the trailer that made me groan the most is that like towards the end when you hear like every hero has a genesis. I'm like, oh god, really?
You know what's great?
It's like now you're just product placement.
Well, but the best part
Not
is
even
that
around anymore.
this trailer that line made no sense if you were outside of North America.
It's like if you've never played a video game in your life.
I like to think this is a marketing tactic because they reacted too quick to the fans not liking the image. I think what it was when they released that first image and realized everybody was going to hate it, they released the trailer thinking, okay, everyone's going to hate it. We're going to say we're going to change it, but we have the good design set aside. And that way, no matter how bad the movie is, people are going to say, well, at least they fixed the Sonic model.
Huh.
I feel like you're right about that. Honestly, I could.
Oh my god, that's some real galaxy brain thinking right there. That's a... Whoa.
Do you need a moment there, Bootz? You need a moment?
I think I might.
Take it all in.
It's good.
Why do I not have a job in marketing?
Oh.
That's the real conspiracy theory. Hello.
Right. Well, speaking of marketing, here's what I'm thinking. If Sonic Drive-In does not do a commercial tie-in with this movie that involves chili dogs, I'm going to be very upset because they missed out on a good opportunity. Regardless of how good the movie is, they need to do it. We
got Krispy Kreme and Power Rangers. Why not?
Wait, what? Seriously?
Yeah, if you watch the newest Power Ranger movie, the actual proper remake, they not only made a reference to Krispy Kreme was essential to the plot.
Oh my god.
The Zeo crystal was hidden under Krispy Kreme.
Jesus Christ, no.
No, if you're really going to overdo something, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, what we should do, not only should Sonic Drive-In should do a commercial day, but Chevy needs to do something too because they have a small sedan model called the Sonic. They got to do something with that. I mean, why the hell not? Just go all out with the marketing. Who cares? Just have it painted blue or whatever, and have the rims painted like the golden rings or something. You know, something crazy like that.
That's probably how they're gonna release the new Sonic design. What they're gonna probably do is not release a new trailer just yet. The first time we're gonna see the new design is gonna be in some commercial with either Sonic or Chevy.
Hi, Kira. Hello.
They have to at this point.
Hello, Kira.
Hey, Kira.
We're doing flashcards. We're talking about the new Sonic movie.
Oh, Kira, you missed all the excitement.
Oh, she'll watch it back. She always does.
You can always play it again.
Oh my god. Oh.
So, for those of you who are just tuning in, over this side, we have Kane, who is helping us test out for both the guest podcast, also basically just adding more comedy because he's a funny dude.
Thank you. Hello, everybody.
Now, there actually was an animated Sonic the Hedgehog movie, which was anime made a while ago. Has anyone ever seen that one?
I saw that one. It was good. I enjoyed it.
I'm actually cutting it.
Why do I think that would have been better?
Already know about Human Teeth Sonic.
They should just watch that one instead. But
Yes.
at least in the trailer, the only character we see is Sonic. I don't want to picture any other character from the Sonic universe drawn that way because it would look horrible.
I just picture not Tails, but Knuckles shuddered. And I'm like,
You know what they really should have done that really would have pissed people off? They should have had a scene where Sonic took off his shoes and they were human feet. It would have been great. It would have been so good. People would have been so
Wait, in the
furious.
trailer, wasn't there a picture of like a whole pile of busted ass shoes?
Yes, there was. Oh, it would have been so good. Oh, people would have been so angry.
Hey, here's a question. What kind of shoes does Sonic wear? Like, what brand is he guy? Is he more of an Adidas guy? New Balance?
Yeah.
Air Jordans? What kind of shoes does Sonic wear? Like,
Someone,
we're in a day of marketing, or day and age of marketing and of brand names and whatever, and we're talking about that. What kind of shoes does he wear?
one of the
What
major.
is the
Yes,
Sonic
Carol, we
look?
were talking about Dr. Robotnik being Jim Carrey. I honestly think he's gonna probably hold the movie together.
Oh yeah, no, he's gonna save that movie.
Absolutely.
That movie is all him. His back is gonna be so.
Okay, so we haven't heard that much of Sonic being quirky or whatever, but I have faith for his attitude. I have faith in that. Because consistently, they write Sonic pretty similar.
Wait,
So, I could see, as long as I'm getting that Sonic attitude of, like, he's making jokes and, like, stupid puns and stuff, I'm okay with it.
he's got 9 million steps today.
He's got to go fast.
Oh, I can't believe they did that line. I mean, I can believe it, but oh my.
I mean, the
God.
other thing about it is, in motion, the model is
Nostalgia.
great. It's just anytime he slows down.
You see just the monstrosity for what it is. You're just,
Ooh.
yeah, maybe you might want to edit that a little bit.
So this is something nobody on the internet is talking about. That one part of the trailer, where just everything is in slow motion, and Sonic's like, neat. And then he just starts destroying the missiles. He's like playing them as drum sets. I'm like, that's what I want to see.
Yeah, I thought that part was cool. I like that.
Like, that's very Sonic-ish.
Yes, yes, it was.
And something else, like, the internet pointed out, like, they can, because, James Marsden is in this film. The scene where he's in the truck with Sonic, they split screen that one where he was in the movie Hop.
Oh my God,
And they're
yeah.
so similar.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh,
Again, he's with another
poor man.
CGI animal.
By the way, Carol, we did start talking about how they're fixing the model. Thank God they're fixing the model.
I really hope they are. And it's not just a rumor. I really hope they actually are, because, I mean, how often do like these big wigs in Hollywood actually listen to guys like us?
Oh.
I mean, how often
Okay,
does that
now what
happen?
happens? What happens if they redesign it and the new design is just way worse? What if it's just like so bad that you just
Oh.
I think
Up on
someone
life,
made a video
essentially.
on that.
Oh no. Oh no. They can't do that.
Gotta fix
I
it
think
fast.
Bootz,
Oh God.
Damn right, you gotta fix it fast.
Oh Oh God! No, they can't do that. No, don't even go there. It's
Okay, so here's a question at the end of the movie. Do you think they're going to tease Tails, or do you think they're going to try to go the edgy route and tease Shadow?
oh, I figured they'd go Knuckles,
Ooh.
but you know.
Maybe, but
I'm thinking Tails and Knuckles are up next. More
Yeah.
than classic.
You gotta follow the chronological progression because those are the ones that people
Yeah.
like the most. You know,
You
Sonic,
would think
Tails, and
This is
Knuckles,
Hollywood now.
and-
I mean, but I think it depends on like where they're getting their design models from, because there are worse places they can go. They can either go for that really silly, cartoony Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon, or even worse, they go on Rule 34 by accident. And it's like, oh, here's the models. Like, holy,
Sonic Underground, yeah.
this is what the fans wanted.
That's not Sonic Underground. That's Sonic Under the Shorts.
I don't want this.
Ugh.
This is bad. We don't. No.
If someone is touching you inappropriately, tell them that's no good. PSA from the 90s from Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm gonna go eat a chili dog.
Okay, this is the
If
thing.
he doesn't need a chili dog in this movie, I'm gonna be mad.
We
I
are.
will say this again. If they fix the model, and if Sonic keeps his attitude, and if Jim Carrey is a really good Dr. Robotnik,
Oh, he's gonna
there's
kill
going
it.
to be a team.
I have no doubt
That-
he's gonna kill it.
No, there won't be.
Oh, I've missed Jim Carrey. Like Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey.
Me too.
You know, he's been in some good movies in the past. Like, personally, my favorite Jim Carrey movie was The Truman Show.
Mine too.
I love that movie.
But that was like very different Jim. I loved it. It is also my favorite Jim Carrey movie,
I'd rather
but it was
take
very
Dave.
different.
Yeah, it proved that a very comedic actor can pull off a dramatic role.
I think my favorite
Yeah, I've done
so
that.
far is I think Liar Liar is probably my favorite. Just guilty pleasure.
No, it's a good one.
I thought I liked it. It's the first one I saw with him in it. That's what got me into him. And
For me, I go a little further back. I remember when Jim Carrey first started on the show in Living Color.
Yes.
oh yeah,
Oh, Fireman
What I'm
Stan.
talking about. That's where he got his start.
Fire Marshal Bill.
No, he got to start doing stand-up. Then he was on in Living Color. Then he started doing movies. No, wait, he might have done a movie or two, like in
I
the
think he
mid
did on
late
Saturday
80s.
Night Live again.
I'm pretty sure he did.
What was his first big one? Was that Ace Ventura?
I think so.
Okay, I
That
don't
was
want to
a good
like
one.
ruin the flashcard segment, but I'm pretty sure my cat just nose snorted an ant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they do that. Would you like me to get all science-y? I could totally get all science-y.
You're gonna explain how they do that.
So, you see, ants communicate by pheromones. They release chemical scents into the air, and that sends various signals. Well, ants, when they die, release particularly if they're crushed, release a certain pheromone that to other ants signals, oh my god, danger, get the hell out of here. This is the same chemical that cats use to signal, oh my god, I love this place is the best. So if you go mashing up a bunch of ants, your cat will go nuts for that spot.
Interesting.
Hmm.
This has been Science Hour, brought to you by Bootz.
so
I'm just saying
Yeah.
that, you know, I love to go out and destroy ants. Best thing ever.
it's
Stay away
11:30,
from my ant Houston. Thank you very much.
and if it's 11:30, we're officially done with flashcards right now, which means
Oh no!
Wait, no, more science! More! No!
Yes, Bootz, more science, please. I don't want to play this.
Insanity.
Oh,
I don't want to play this. No.
oh, okay.
It's now time for Details Makes Us Do Stuff. Again.
now time for
puppets.
details.
Again.
Boots very uncomfortable.
It's
As
not
long
time
as
for details to
Top
be
of the
dracaric.
box comes off. Okay.
At least we have someone else here to share in the pain and misery.
Oh, thanks. I feel so much better now.
So,
It's okay.
Misery
this
level.
line against humanity. I pull one of the black cards to set a scenario, and our contestants have to continuously, basically insert lines that I find on the white cards. It's basically whose line, except a lot dirtier.
It's like improv comedy using who's sorry, from what I understand. So this should be interesting.
You see this face? This is the I'm about to have fun face. The black card
yes.
I just pulled. Sets a scenario.
Oh
Life
no.
for the American Indians was forever changed when the white man introduced them to something.
Ooh.
So you guys start chatting, and I'll start pulling cards.
Alright,
I
who
have
goes
been
first?
drinking a bottle.
Ooh.
Alright, well, I'm actually in I'm actually in like the United States part, so I have to start first since you two are from Canada.
Woo! Default!
Yes.
Alright.
Also, Kira,
Oh.
I am drinking for a bottle. That's what straws are for. Cause wait, what was the black card?
Just a hog type it. You know what a hog type is?
Okay, we are going to start this game off now. Flash, start talking.
Okay. So, according to American history, life for the Native Americans changed when the white man came over several hundred years ago, basically took over their land and introduced them to. Hang on, I'm trying to see it. Court-ordered rehab. Because apparently they assumed everyone here was drunk, so they say, okay, all of you have to go to rehab right now because we said.
If you use a bow on hunt, does that give you a better rating? Use a bow
Well,
on hunt.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. What was white man showing up with all their
If you use a bow
bunch
on
of idiots playing a card game instead of interacting like normal humans, which unfortunately was very common back in that particular colonial time period when you had the white man coming over from the old country, and all they had to entertain themselves on the voyage over were stupid card games. And of course, when they met the Native Americans, one of their first trade thingies were their stupid card games, and that unfortunately led to a very large downfall in Native American culture, because instead of interacting like normal human beings, these terrible games had highly addictive properties, and so people were very often inclined to just eschew their social networking and instead just sit around being jackasses at a card table.
Okay, Dan, what do you think about this subject?
All right, your turn, Kate.
Well, I think these are both very valid points. Down is my manservant. He's a really big reason why the downfall of the American Indians happened back in the day. See, what people don't know about my manservant Claude is he was just like really super like rude guy, and what he'd do is he'd like put stuff in their shoes.
And also
Like,
apparently a
go,
time
go,
traveler.
Super mean guy, and he'd like just do it to them
No, we're
specifically,
not
and he'd drove them away. It's
And
crazy.
he would probably force everyone
yeah, it's okay.
to play a stupid
It's okay.
card game.
Yeah.
And also, the white man introduced him to a PowerPoint presentation because that's how they introduced everything. Okay, here's your first clip. Okay, everyone has to go to rehab, and then afterwards, next slide,
Oh.
you all have to play a really stupid card game instead of interacting with everyone, and
It took my manservant Claude.
introduce you to the stupid card game that you all have to play from now on because we said so.
How did that slide even get in there? Claude, damn it!
I know, and
Yeah,
there was so
it's-
many
it's
problems
probably
that
his fault.
happened. Boots, you want to tell us about some of the problems that happened with this?
Yeah, well, first off, Claude is just being a
Man
real
with no
dick,
name. Are
sneaking
you
his slides
serious?
into there.
I know who's following.
Particularly, he had this nasty habit of sticking in slides of tasteful side boob, which was infuriating because, people in court-ordered rehab are already a little, let's say, their needs have not been fully expressed. And so when you're giving them just tasteful side boob, well, that's really just a tease. Because really, I mean, they want the whole. Oh my god, I just feel dirty now. I'm just gonna.
It's like once you see a little bit, you want.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even worse.
That leads to.
Yes, to another issue that they seem to have, especially the women in their tribes, is menstrual rage, and this leads to a lot of arguments and domestic disputes. And as a result, a lot of them have to go in the back of the car and go to the court, and then it's a cycle, and they have to go to court-ordered rehab for causing their wives menstrual rage somehow, and then they see the PowerPoint written by Servant Claude, and then just all comes full circle.
And then that of course leads to less tasteful side boob.
Yeah, which I think in the case of tasteful side boob, then you want less of it. That's just my personal opinion.
And it really led to some unhealthy things that Flash wants to talk about the males in this society. They had some unsavory habits.
Yes.
Well, as you can see, American history is screwed up because not only have they introduced them, there's so many different things, they also forced the Native Americans. Yes, because. Why the hell not? Because they took over everything, so they get to control everything. Let's say you have to go to rehab. You have to play a stupid card game. You have to. Our manservant Claude will show you everything. She's a tasteful side boob, menstrual rage, all that, and of course you got to make the penises kiss because, like we said, we are in charge now.
Yes, but here's the thing: the American Indians did start recovering their culture in recent years. Due to various spirit quests when their spirit animals would give them great advice. Bootz, would you like to talk a little bit about that?
Yes, well, you see, it all begins with the penis kissing, of course, because it's a very confusing time when a young man finds that his penis wants to kiss with another penis. And really, all he wants to do at that time is to give it a good sniff. Get all that nice penisy, kissy. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Oh, your reaction, Moose. Poor Moose.
The Native Americans have some problems. Kane might want to talk about some of the things that the unsavory things they've done nowadays.
Yeah, well, they're still around, the Americans. I mean, they have not been completely driven out. They still do have a lot of problems, though. It's 2019, there are new problems. For example, the other day at, I think it was the Washington Redskins game, I saw a couple of them savagely beating a mascot.
Okay,
and for good reason.
No, seriously, I feel attacked right now. No, this is,
But the good thing about the American Indians is they did eventually find their place, and everybody together started to heal as a whole. They now hold up in their casinos where they rob the white man of their money, claiming their land back, claiming their money back. And eventually they will find their inner peace, and they will be fading away into nothingness. That's game.
Oh, that's dark.
Can we do a different black card? I'm tired of making fun of my own race.
That's super dark and sad, and I feel really.
Can we do a different black card? I'm not too keen on making fun of data during I'm an alien.
One of these days, one of these dudes is going to get the full set of Cards Against Humanity, and I'm going to have to do it instead of them.
Oh my god.
I'm going to have to buy a pack.
Yeah, same here.
Oh, that's a blank card.
Although I probably could. All right, what's the next black card, Mr. Detail?
Three that were next to no name.
All right,
Oh,
so
this
who's
No name.
what? All right,
I'm
here
gonna
we
actually
go.
pair this with a white card to finish.
Ooh.
I have
Finish
somebody
the
by
thing.
that name on my.
Okay, so our new scene for round 2
Ooh,
is a combination
here
of
we
a black card and a white card.
go. Okay.
In his new action comedy, Jackie Chan must fend off ninjas while also dealing with Bill Clinton naked on a bearskin rug with a saxophone.
Oh,
Ah, yes.
great.
That's the plot for the new Michael Law.
So first off, what's the title of this movie?
It's called Jackie Chan versus Bill Clinton, I suppose, and it's directed by Michael Bay. Lots of explosions. Bill Clinton's saxophone at one point, which is kind of cool.
That's where
Movie
you want it to.
basically is about how like Bill Clinton did this one business
Stop on
deal with
this.
Jackie Chan back, and what happened was Jackie got really popular, and he was really popular and good at sports. And as a result, Bill Clinton didn't get as much attention as he used to from Hollywood, so he went and ran for president. And what happened is he became the president of the United States. And Jackie Chan wasn't
And
happy.
Flash, what are the critics saying about this movie?
It is the dumbest film of the year, but not as bad as the upcoming Sonic movie. But I give this movie 3 dicks at the same time because
Wow.
that's how this is.
That is surprisingly high praise.
You're gonna pit Jackie Chan against a former U.S. president. What kind of side story is that? Where's the substance? Where's the story? Where exactly is the
Such
substance?
as Bill Clinton, though. You don't
Right.
understand. He bought a bearskin rug naked fucking side. Can you ask for in a movie?
Bootz, the general
Sorry,
public had like their own reactions. Like a lot of the general public had a certain reaction to the movie.
Oh yeah, well, people were as the general public tends to do, they generally have no idea what's going on.
He's in the building.
To be fair, you can't really blame them that much. The script was very meandering. It was all over the place. They couldn't really decide whether they wanted to make it, kind of a rom-com with Jackie and Bill deciding to get their sax on. There's oftentimes with this weird subplot with a bunch of ninjas coming in trying to avenge the bear that was made into said rug. It's a really unnecessary side plot. So they just had so many elements that just didn't come together. So I don't really blame the general public for having no idea what was going on with that one, but
Because frankly, neither do we.
yeah.
But there was that really good action. I know Kane told me about this really good action scene that he's going to start describing.
Yes, before I do that, could I just
Regarding me, by the way.
former U.S. President Bill Clinton on the saxophone? I don't know why that's in there. I just had to throw it in there anyway. Really cool scene in the movie. Jackie Chan with Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton's naked with his saxophone, as he often is, and suddenly they go to his washroom for whatever reason, and in that washroom there's a man. Bill Clinton says to Jackie, "Hey, how about you check out my manhole over here?" And Jackie Chan's like, "Why do you have a fucking manhole in your bathroom?" And as
It's where the Star Wars
exactly, and he said, "My saxophone's safe from all the elements, and I don't have a case of this manhole cover inside this stall."
Yeah.
To which Jackie Chan said, "What kind of drugs are you smoking?"
A lot of Jackie Chan movies have a little bit of physical comedy and like a little bit of like snark to them. Flash, you want to tell us about some of the comedy in this movie?
If you call it comedy, you gotta throw some jokes in there. You've got Jackie Chan fighting ninjas against a naked Bill Clinton with a saxophone. and all the strange action sequences that takes place, even though no one knows what's going on. And then there's a fight scene in the manhole. And then, of course, it's followed by a lifetime of sadness, because that's the feeling you're going to get after you watch this movie.
You will never get your money back for seeing
your
this
life
movie.
wondering, I wasted my hard-earned money sitting in a theater watching this. I could be doing so much better with my time.
Ooh.
On an ugly
So-
tomatoes.
So,
two
Bootz,
thumbs
what
down.
scene would have made this movie? Like, what they need to add to this movie to make it like better? Because I'm getting this sense that this review isn't like super.
Oh, come on, man. No, it got 3 dicks out of... Well, I mean, how many dicks do you normally get? So, I personally feel like it did all right. There was one scene in particular that I thought really could have used more development. And that was when Jackie Chan was peeing into a girl's butt to make a baby.
No.
Because, as you know, the pee is stored in the balls. And
You're gonna say that?
that's where babies come from, right? I seem to recall, because I am educated, and educated people know
clearly.
Put that in the chickens, folks.
babies come from the balls, which is also where the pee is stored, and so that's why Jackie Chan had to pee into the girl's butt. Now, there's a
Wait. I thought Bill Clinton was the one who peed into her butt. Now,
You
what
would think
was it? A
that.
3-way? Like,
But
I don't remember that part.
oh
Is that
well,
like a deleted scene?
Really, do you? Like, okay, so how did that scene end, Kane?
Well, that's ended as most fantasy sex scenes do, with, you guessed it, getting pregnant.
like as I said, that's how it works.
Yes, this has been Science Lesson with Bootz the Cat. Here on Comedi-Furs podcast. Okay. Oh, wow.
You know
This
what,
spun
like-
out of control fast. I don't know what to say, honestly.
I mean, the way the critics have said it, like, I haven't personally seen this movie, but the way I've heard from all the critical reviews, this movie really says something about Jackie Chan. And I think Jackie Chan has gone on record to say that he is a sofa that says, I have style and I like to be comfortable.
But I like.
Wow,
Yeah, it's well said by Mr. Jackie Chan.
that is profound.
And that is why movies today suck, because they make no sense.
That's why Human Face
Hey.
Sonic is a thing.
This is also why I don't write movies, ladies and gentlemen.
I can make them better.
I think most people could, honestly.
Kara is going back and forth on whether Bootz is being a dirty kitty. I'm making him a dirty kitty.
Yeah.
This is not a dirty
Take
kid.
it how
He's a
you
good
want.
boy. This is a good boy.
Oh man,
He's the
you know what?
goodest
I gotta
cat.
get like some dentures and get
No,
some
I already did that card.
No.
get some human teeth installed here. I don't know.
That card's not really funny.
I want to boot this new.
Maybe just glue some chip.
Oh, fuck. Okay, so I really do this to you guys.
Are you real? What are you doing?
Well, he didn't-
Okay, so we have one more round.
Oh
It's
boy.
another one where I have to use a white card to fill in the blank on the black card.
Oh
I'm
no.
I'm just going to hold it up because it's short enough.
Woo! Goddamn, I love Morpheus.
He's the best character of the series.
He already
Wow.
knew Kung Fu.
So,
So.
Yeah.
so who wants to start this one up?
Well, you know, like you said, he's the best character of the entire Matrix trilogy. I mean, he knows how the Matrix works. He knew that to get Neo because he knew he was going to be the one like to save humanity, you know, from the evil program. Not to mention, you know, he's also good at reading reading the entire end user license agreement because no human ever reads it, but only a guy like Morpheus. That's how awesome he is. He actually took time to read what we're too lazy to read ourselves.
And he's a speed reader, so he read it in like a fraction of a second. That's how fast he reads.
I disagree. I feel like the architect was the best character in the Matrix movies because he used all those big fancy words that I totally understood, and I totally got that entire speech, and I am a very smart person, and I totally was not sitting there being confused the whole time thinking about an overwhelming variety of cheeses and how that would make much more sense than the speech going on about his concordantly and all those other large $5 words that were talking about Matrix stuff.
Yeah.
Remember, kids, be started the balls boosted to 19.
Also,
I mean, Kane, tell me a bit more about the movie.
Oh, the movie is interesting. What I found interesting about the Matrix movie, personally, was a lot of the action scenes, and of course, and there was this one really cool scene about an oppressed people with a violent culture. I forget what they were called, which is probably why they're oppressed.
Those were the humans that were enslaved by the Matrix.
Exactly, and I think they were. I think it was cool that they featured this oppressed people because they were so oppressed, and it gave them a little media attention, and maybe people give them some more credit and whatnot, and treat them better, and maybe their culture will shine for many decades to come, and one day they'll rule the world. I don't know. What else is cool in the Matrix movie?
Now, Flash, wasn't there some deleted scenes from that movie?
Yes,
tons of stuff they cut out.
Everyone's favorite.
There were tons of stuff they cut out from the movie, which probably would explain all the plot holes that were going on in this series. But I think there was a scene involved bathing Moon's blood and dancing around the ancient oak, because I think that was what they needed to do. Because I think that's what the Oracle instructed them to do. As a way of, like summoning like the one that will save them from the evil Smith program that was controlling the Matrix. So they needed to do that in order to, to bring him in.
I totally believe all of that.
I do too. It is very believable. I looked this up. I just Wikipedia. Right.
I have definitely seen all of the Matrix films and totally didn't skip 2 and 3.
I love that movie.
Much like I have also totally watched Being John Malkovich. That is
yes, another good movie.
Something about there's a lot of similarities, a lot of parallels between the Matrix and Being John Malkovich. Just like when Neo goes through the looking glass, he takes the pill, and then he goes through the chutes to enter the real world, much like when John Malkovich goes through the John Malkovich tunnel, and he too enters the real world where everyone is also John Malkovich. And yes, my God, somebody please save me. I have no idea what I'm talking about. For the love of God.
I'll say this about the last movie in the trilogy. It was really cool to have a confrontation between the computer and Neo, and they had one unforgettable night of passion.
Yeah, it was the ultimate man versus machine sort of.
Of course, in this reality, you do it a little bit differently.
All right, so we're going to end Whose Line Against Humanity here before we break anything.
Thank you.
Please.
Also, my desk may or may not be falling apart at the moment, so...
Yeah, what's with everything getting broken today?
Today is the day of everything breaks, apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently, this podcast is also sponsored by IKEA.
I just removed this. I think it's furniture.
Speaking of, I'm actually going to IKEA.
Oh you getting the meatballs?
No, I'm getting furniture, actually.
I guess that's a decent reason.
So
isn't that what they sell?
I can't wait till later to listen to this podcast and hear all the stuff that I didn't hear because of my shitty headphones.
Oh.
I can't wait to see the new Jackie Chan and Bill Clinton movie. That's going to be fun.
I think I'm probably 2021.
Get there. Getting it on
one last thing I should mention at the beginning of that last round. The card didn't say Morpheus. It said menopause.
What? No.
I let the Matrix thing go, but the actual card said...
I must have misread it because I saw Morpheus.
No, I saw Morpheus.
Me too. If you go back and look at it, it says that.
We could go back and look at it later, but I'm like 90% sure that card said menopause.
Well, everything we just said is funnier now.
Dude.
It makes no sense.
I think you should still have...
If that's the case. God damn, I love this podcast.
Oh my god.
Oh, was it Morpheus? I thought it was menopause. That's why I picked it.
Okay, good. I'm not crazy.
Okay.
That might have been an error on my part.
Said
but
no woman ever. I got
called myself out on being a dumbass.
It's okay, John. I don't think any woman ever has said goddamn us.
I love Morpheus.
That's funny.
And if they do, I'm gonna ask them, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Okay, is there a card in Cards Against Humanity? Is there a white card that just says menopause?
I'm pretty sure
There's not.
sure.
There should be.
I'm pretty sure there is. Knowing this,
If it would have been goddamn, I love the boners of I feel like the Borders of the Elderly is like a trump card for that game. Every time I get it, I just use because it works with a lot of things and it's fucking hilarious. But yeah.
So, okay, so slight, before we end this off, slight question. Is the big black dick card a little played out?
Yes.
I would say so.
is it?
A little bit.
Like, back when the card game came out, that was the instant win card. Now it's just like, you're just trying to get a win card.
Yeah. Here's the thing. When it came out, the concept was hilarious, and a lot back then were more hilarious than they are now because they've been so overused, and less used cards are funnier now because you don't see them as often. It's just it's a matter of repetition, I would say.
I think the big black dick card gets funnier as you go deeper into the game, especially if it gets read after a bunch of other funny cards. It just gets way funnier.
I think depending on the situation, it can be really hilarious anytime you use it, but it depends on what the black card is, honestly.
See, for me, the ones that automatically win in my books are the combos, the two answer cards where they go together. Like if they're a related topic, that always gets it for me.
You know what? I definitely agree with that.
I live with two answer cards.
So I have a thing that I'm going to pitch to Flash after the podcast. I'm not going to announce it until afterwards, but hopefully over the summer we can get some footage for it, and then that might be some extra content on the channel. Hopefully.
That sounds like an idea.
Flash, you might need to get a suit if you don't own one.
Might need to get a what?
Like an actual tuxedo. Or like proper.
Oh, I thought you meant a fursuit. I was gonna say.
Okay,
I can barely afford rent.
I was gonna say I have a fursuit, but like that's kind of much for you to ask him to get a fursuit.
It's not like the kind of thing you can just run out and get on a whim.
So it's getting late. It's getting to midnight. I've been Tails. We have Flash.
I'm Flash Timberwolf.
We have Bootz. We have Kane.
Kangaroo.
I have Dew. I have Vane.
I have a lighter.
I am woefully underdressed.
And I have to get up in the morning.
Me too.
So
go
we've been Comedi-Furs. Thank you for watching.
We hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you next time.
I got to sleep in.
Yes, me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's sleeping in.
All right. Should I push the thing? Am I gonna push
Yes.
the thing?
Go for
Push
it.
the thing?
Get us off.